well, good morning all. This is a long overdue follow-up on my BRP engineering conference call that I had, I believe it was a month ago today. It was, yeah, something like that. Anyway, it's been several weeks. Anyway, that conference call went really well. We discussed a lot of technical topics to do with my concerns and other people in the community. Their concerns about the Ryker, the mechanical noises, driveline, CVT, those sort of things. And it went really well. I sent a follow-up email to them. Was a little slow in coming back. That's why I didn't reply or make this follow-up video right away. I wanted to make sure that I had all the information before I made the follow-up, so it was coherent. They had motorcycle shows and you know, things like that that they were involved in, so I completely understand the delay in responding. It's just great that they're interacting on a personal level. Anyway, so the long and short of it was the list of issues that I had presented that were some of my questions and concerns, as well as others from the community. The biggest one being is the noise in the driveline normal? And the engineer assured me that it's just the nature of the straight cut gears in the gearbox, coupled with the way that the clutch works and the CVT arrangement, that the clunks and the groans and the gear noise that we hear is in fact normal or by design in the Ryker. So he said that that does not affect the longevity or reliability of the system at all, and I think we can all put that one to bed and just accept it as normal, which was kind of my posture all along, is that I just want to make sure I'm not damaging anything. If it's something that's not normal, I want to fix it before it becomes a real problem. But he says it's normal, so I'm just going to ignore it and drive the hell out of it. Anyway, the other issue that I had, the big one that's still outstanding, is the alignment. I'm convinced that my unit is a little out of spec due to whatever, if it just wasn't checked properly at the factory, or if it got banged around in shipping, or there was some damage with setup, who knows. But it's definitely, it has a hard pull to the right, and it has since the very first day. So I have my laser alignment scheduled tomorrow morning, Saturday, at 9 a.m. with James Thorne, and I'll be re-verifying that appointment time with him again today, just to make sure we're still on. But that'll be hopefully the fix for my Rykers alignment ails, and I'll keep everybody posted on that. Hopefully I can do the interview or the video of the process, just so everybody can benefit from that and see what's involved. Anything else? What was there? The locking options for the frunk and the fuel cap, and also the accessories. The engineer said that those concerns have been forwarded to their other engineering departments, and you know, possibly there'll be changes in the next model year, so that'll be interesting to watch. One little bonus, everybody stay tuned. I will be making a follow-up video, hopefully in the next few days, on the locking option for the frunk. Apparently, spoiler alert, apparently BRP has designed it in such a way that the lock is an option. It's there, it's just not deployed yet. So the mechanism, the latching mechanism, when you press down on the lid and it, you know, press once to latch, press again to release, on the back side of that, it has a lever that when the lever is pulled to the right, if you're looking at it from behind, it engages a lock in that latch that won't allow it to release. So it's already been baked into that design, but it's not deployed yet. I don't know if that was happenstance. I kind of doubt it. The place where that little latch is sitting conveniently lines up with one of the rails on the fuel door, the right side rail. So when you slide that forward, it's in line or very close to where that lever would be. So all it's going to take is a little door lock solenoid, essentially, that's pull and stick or push and stick. That way it's not a constantly engaged solenoid. Traditional, door lock solenoid will work. The other, I'm sure there are other options. It could be cable activated or something else, but I'm going to try to develop a fix for this. So when you engage that solenoid, as long as there's a crossbar that goes across as it pulls that latch tight, then it could also engage that right side rail for the fuel door. So you knock two birds out with one stone. You lock the latch and you prevent the fuel door from opening at the same time. So again, I think that was probably in BRP's original design for that unit, just based on that latch mechanism, but they just haven't presented the option to add that as an accessory yet. So we'll see how that plays. As for the max mount locking accessories, several viewer commenters have told me that there is a little Allen set screw that you can screw into the top of the link latch mount for the top case, and that prevents it from being unlatched. I'm not very pleased with that design just from an engineering standpoint. I understand that this latch is a common piece that's used across multiple platforms. The link system is used on BRP's watercraft and possibly their side-by-sides and other equipment. So I think it was just pulled over for ease of reuse. It's a shelf item, so they didn't have to engineer anything specific. My point being, without some type of a key lock mechanism, it makes locking that with a little Allen screw particularly troublesome, because if you want to pop your top case off real quickly and throw your passenger seat on, you can't do that. The second wrinkle in that little solution is what happens when you walk into a restaurant or somewhere and leave your very, very expensive passenger seat and backrest accessory on the bike. There's no locking option for it either. It's a quick release pop tab, and somebody can just walk right over and doink, and walk away with your $500 or $600 passenger seat. That's not optimal. So I'm sure the community, or potentially BRP, will address that with a keyed barrel lock of some kind, and we'll put that one to rest. The other issue, which is a big one for me, and several other commenters have mentioned it, is the parking brake lock not being standard on the American models. I'm sure it's cost savings, and there was a design decision to omit it from the North American models. It's an available part. I've already ordered mine. It's waiting for me to go pick up at the dealer right now. I don't know what the difficulty will be installing it. I'm sure it's fairly simple, but that's kind of a big deal, just to discourage somebody from messing with the bike or pushing it around. As I said in other vlogs, with a motorcycle, you've got the locking column where you turn the steering all the way to the left and just lock it. So it's certainly not going to be a theft prevention measure, but it's going to dissuade somebody from trying to push the bike away. They'll push it in circles unless they've got somebody big enough to lift up the front end and walk it. With the Ryker not having a lock right there, anybody can just flip that lever and push the Ryker wherever they want to go, and that's not good. Similarly, with the vandalism and mischief front is that lack of the locking frunk and fuel door. I plan on letting my son take the Ryker to school occasionally, and I don't want high school kids jacking with it and pouring things down into the tank. So those are just prevention, discouragement measures there to keep people from messing with things. Anyway, that's about it for the conference call wrap-up. It went well. Mainly it was just technical questions being answered and our collective nerves being eased on the mechanical noises and some of the little peculiarities. Again, this is a first-gen model, and there are bound to be issues. I knew that going in. I just didn't expect mine to be a drivability issue or the potential safety recall issue that I had when I drove it away. these are little things that are going to get sorted out. First generation models are always troublesome, and this is a first gen. There was nothing prior to this that was a precursor. It's a totally new platform, so there are things to work out, you know, wire routing issues, little mechanical baubles, things like that have got to be done, and I think BRP is making big strides into fixing those up. So very likely the next model year or the next production run is going to resolve a lot of these things, and us early adopter, beta testers, whatever you want to call us, we're the ones kind of vetting out the little issues right now. So anyway, I hope this was informative to everyone. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave comments below. Always, you know, subscribe and read through all the comments, because that's where the real information is. By the time the video is edited and uploaded, it might be old hat. So, you know, please subscribe, leave a thumbs up if any of this was useful. If you do have more questions from the engineering or technical standpoint, you can forward them to me. I will do my best to forward them along to BRP, or you know, feel free to open up a direct line with BRP on their customer support. I'll try to leave links for those below in the video description section, just quick links to get right to the BRP comment page. And as always, thanks for tagging along, everyone. Have a great day.